Governor Gina Raimondo is warning of new restrictions as coronavirus cases continue to head in the wrong direction. Good evening. I'm Mike Montecalvo.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. The governor saying today the state is in a, quote, bad place. There
are now 425 new positive cases of the coronavirus here in Rhode Island with a positivity rate of 3.2%. 4 more people have sadly passed away after contracting COVID-19. That brings Rhode Island's death toll to 1,192.
Tonight, 136 people are in the hospital, including 18 in the ICU.
12 News reporter Anita Buffoni was at today's briefing. She joins us now live with what the governor is asking everyone to do. Anita?
Mike and Shannon, as Rhode Island continues to see a rise in cases, the governor says the state may move back to phase 2, but she says it may be prevented if Rhode Islanders continue to wear masks, even around family, and limit your social network. It's official.
Would you consider this a second wave?
Yes.
As Rhode Island grapples with the rise in coronavirus cases, the governor announced new restrictions will be coming on Friday at an additional briefing. Going back to phase 2 is being considered.
On the trajectory we are on, that could happen in a week or 2.
She hinted schools will not go to distance learning because there isn't widespread transmission there, but did say she will be looking at workplaces and reducing the social gathering limit currently set at 15.
It's getting to be time to reimpose some restrictions because we have to keep a lid on this now while we still can.
Hospitals in Rhode Island may reach capacity in the next month, the governor warns, at which point field hospitals will be utilized. But Raimondo says she hopes it doesn't get to that point. The health department is reiterating the importance of wearing masks in order to stop the spread, especially as the holidays approach.
Keep your group small and consistent.
The governor is asking Rhode Islanders to be kind as the pandemic continues, especially to contact tracers. She said the level of aggression contact tracers are getting over the last few weeks is unacceptable.
If we ask you to quarantine, you ought to quarantine. Don't scream and yell obscenities and hang up the phone, please.
Now, the governor recently announced she is closing 2 of the 3 field hospitals in the state, but with the uptick in cases, Raimondo says she may delay the deconstruction of the Convention Center Field Hospital if things don't get better. I'm Anita Buffoni, 12 News.
Governor Gina Raimondo says more restrictions are coming as COVID-19 cases head upward. I'm Shannon Heggie.
I'm Mike Montecalvo. The governor says Rhode Islanders need to change their behavior while there's still a chance. And that as the state has another day of more than 400 new cases and a positivity rate of above 3%. And unfortunately, the deaths of another 4 people.
12 News reporter Anita Buffoni tells us what else the governor discussed at her weekly briefing. Anita?
Well, Shannon and Mike, it's official. Governor Gina Raimondo says Rhode Island is in a second wave. This comes as the state sees record high numbers in daily coronavirus cases. And as a result, Raimondo says more restrictions are coming on Friday. The data shows Rhode Island is not in a good place, says Governor Gina Raimondo.
We have got to stop the trend and turn the corner.
The daily positivity rate remains above 3%. And if case numbers continue to go up, the governor says it could put Rhode Island back in phase 2 in the next week or 2. She warns the projection may strain hospitals in Rhode Island.
It's possible we could surpass the surge capacity in our hospitals in 4 to 5 weeks, and then we would have to start using our field hospitals.
In order to change the projection Rhode Island is on, the message is simple. Wear your mask and limit your social network.
It is not too late. We can still change course. Really heed the steps that we're saying.
There will be another briefing on Friday where the governor says she will announce additional restrictions that she believes are needed to reduce the spread of the virus. One thing that won't be impacted is the method in which students are learning because the governor says there is not widespread transmission in schools.
An impulse may be to just flip to distance learning, but I don't believe that's the right thing to do.
She didn't give specifics on the new restrictions, but Raimondo says she is looking at workplaces and reducing the social gathering limit currently set at 15. Now, the governor says there is too much aggression toward contact tracers when they call to investigate positive cases. Raimondo said they are getting hung up on and yelled at with obscenities. Her message, be kind to one another. I'm Anita Buffoni, 12 News.